mobilization. That won't save his troops in Ukraine. Counting Ukraine's devastating losses and quick gains of more than 200 days in the wider war in Ukraine, the Kremlin on Tuesday signaled it could take a step that would be a major shift in its posture, a general national mobilization, which could tie up to wartime service potentially millions of people. Russia. But this mobilization, if it goes into effect, and it becomes clear, it's a big if, will almost certainly fail to reverse Russia's faltering fortunes in Ukraine. Indeed, excellent mobilization could hasten the defeat of Russia. Mobilization in Russia solves nothing, tweeted Mike Martin, a fellow in the Department of War Studies at King's College in London. The main clue to the mobilization comes in the form of a bill that appeared in the Duma, Russia's stamp legislature, on Tuesday. Russian President Vladimir Putin has yet to sign the proposed law. A speech that was supposed to be delivered by Putin on Tuesday was postponed to Wednesday. Mobilization could make conscription for millions of Russians who, today, could easily avoid being drafted twice a year. In theory, mobilization could swell the ranks of the Russian army into the millions. In practice, the new troops would lack instructors to train them, units to absorb them, commanders to lead them, non-commissioned officers to guide them and equipment to provide them with useful combat power. Fragile home garrisons of soldiers, undermining the legitimacy of Putin and his regime, draining the federal treasury and, in the best case, giving Ukraine a slew of untrained, ill-equipped, and poorly led people who, most likely not, will quickly surrender, desert or die. Even a successful mobilization would be too late. It took months to turn civilians into soldiers, explains Martin. Russia needed soldiers yesterday, not in 6 months. In fact, the Russian army no longer trains recruits to a useful standard before sending them to the front. This summer, when the Kremlin first began trying to form a new unit to replace the estimated 50,000 victims Russia estimated then suffered in Ukraine, trainees only received 30 days of training before being deployed. A few months later, the army was even more desperate for a new army. The toll, dead and injured, could now exceed 80,000.